Starting off, we have number 66, sternocleidomastoids is the insertion, and then the origin is located right here. And then next we have the trapezius, which is located on the back of the skull, and it is just the origin. And then next we have the number 67, the epicranius occipital belly, which is located up here, and it is the origin in the insertion. And then next we still have number 67, but it is the epicranius frontal belly, which is located here, origin and insertion. Next we have the number 68, the orbicularis oculi, origin and insertion, located right here. Next we have number 69, the corrugator supercilii, which is located right here, origin and insertion. Next we have the orbicularis oris, number 70, origins and insertions, and there's actually an origin located on the mandible as well, right here. Next we have the buccinator, which is number 71. Buccinator actually has 3 origins, 1 origin right here, then 2 more origins on the mandible, then there's an insert located here. Next is the risorius. The risorius is number 72. There's an origin on the mandible, then there's an insert located here. Next we have the levator labii superiorus, which is number 73. We have the origin and insertion located here. Next we have number 74. We have the levator labii superiorus oculi nasi, which is located here, origin and insertion. Next we have the zygomaticus major, which is number 75. We have the origin and insertion. Next we have the zygomaticus minor, number 76. We have the origin and insertion located here. Next we have number 77, the levator anguli oris, which is located right here, origin and insertion. Next we have the depressor anguli oris, which is number 78. We have the origin and insertion is actually located on the mandible. Next we have number 79, which would be the depressor labii inferioris, which is located here, origin and insertion. Next we have the mentalis. The mentalis is actually located here, number 80, origin and insertion. Next we have the platysma. The platysma, there's an insert located, insert and origin right here, and then right here's the insert. Next we have number 82 with the masseter. There's an insert located here on the mandible, and the next, the origin is located right there. Number 83 is the temporalis, located here and located right here on the mandible. Next we have the medial-pterygoid, which is number 84. We have the origin located here, and then we have the insert located here. Next we have the lateral pterygoid, which is located here. And then we have 2 located here and on top here. Next we have number 86, which is that gastric anterior belly, which is located right here. This is the origin, and then the insertion is on the mandible located there. Number 86, again, we have the posterior belly, which is located here. This is the insertion, and then the origin is actually on the skull located there. Number 87 is the mylohyoid, located right there is the origin. Then we have the insert located right here. Next we have the stylohyoid, which is number 88. The insertion is actually located here, and the origin is actually located right here. Number 89 is the geniohyoid. There's the origin right here on the mandible, and then we have the insertion located right there. Then we have the sternothyroid, which is number 90, which is one of these long bands on the left. We have the the insert and the origin located there. Then we have number 91. We have the sternohyoid, origin and insertion on the right. Then we have number 92, the omeohyoid, the inferior belly, which is located here, origin and insertion. Then there's also the superior belly, origin and insertion located here. Then we have the thyrohyoid, which is number 93, which is located here, origin and insertion. Then we have number 94, which is the genioglossus, located here is the origin. There's an insert on the bottom of the tongue located here, and there's also an insert located here. Then we have the styloglossus. There is an origin located in the skull right here. And then we have the insert located here on the side of the tongue. Then we have the number 96, the stylopharyngeus. There's an origin located here on the skull, and then that is it for that. Then we have number 97 with the superior pharyngeal constrictor. There are actually 2 origins. There's an origin located on the mandible here, and there's an origin located here on the skull. Then we have an insert located here. Then we have number 98, which is the middle pharyngeal constrictor. There's an origin located here, and then there's the insert located there. Then we have the inferior pharyngeal constrictor, which is located here. This is the origin, and the insertion's on the back. Then we have the number 100, which is the palatoglossus. There's an insert located on the tongue here, and then there's the origin located here on the skull. Then we have the patellogopharyngeus. There's an origin located here. And then we have the levator veli palatini, which is located right here. This is the origin and insertion on the skull. And then we have the tensor veli palatini, which is located almost in the same spot. And it is also the origin and insertion. Then we have the number 104, which is the muscle of the uvula, which is located right about under here. Then we have the pterygomandibular raphe, which is located here on number 105B. And then we have the origin, which is located right up here, 105A. Then we have the median pharyngeal raphe, which is located here, number 106. It is this black line itself. And then also right here on the skull. Then we have number 107, which is the median palatine raphe, which is located here, origin and insertion. Then we have the intermediate tendon, which is located and written out right here. Next, we're going to be going on to the TMJ. The TMJ is we will start off with number 108. So number 108 is the TMJ ligament itself, which is located here and located right here on the skull. Then we have the sphenomandibular ligament, which is located right here on the inside, number 109 of the mandible, and then right here on the skull. Then we have number 110, which is located here on the mandible, and then we have it located on the skull, styloid process right on top there. And that is it.